I don't know why you just lied about my mic being turned off. I remember the last thing I did. Who knows, maybe that I just remember another time. But my computer is most definitely lying. This isn't new. It's saying I have internet, but oh, would you look at that? I don't have internet. I can't refresh this tab. Like, no, it's not working. Nothing's working. Google. Let's go to Google. Oh, what do you know? I can't go to Google. It's not. But then my phone, which doesn't have data, can only connect to Wi-Fi, works perfectly fine. Not the one that I have with AT&T. The one that I absolutely need Wi-Fi, and the only Wi-Fi I'm connected to is the same Wi-Fi this thing is connected to with Ethernet. So, complete lying sack of shit. I do have internet. It isn't lying there when it says that I have internet. I do have internet. The proof is that my other phone has internet. But my computer is lying, pretending that it doesn't have internet by just like, oh, what is that? They just, like, you can't. That's a lie. It is suggesting that it is unable to get to my site, that it is loading. No, it's not loading. It's lying. It, like, you're not loading. You don't have any difficulty getting to that. That's a lie. My phone can get to it. You are connected to the internet. You do not have connection problems. Connection problems, like, that's a fucking lie. If I had connection problems, I wouldn't be able to let you know on Twitter, on whatever, because I wouldn't be connected. Like, and yeah, according to this, I'm not connected. But all of this is a fucking lie. All of this is a lie. I have internet access. I could fucking show you right now. Let's see. So let's get my phone. Like, everything that I've been trying to say on Discord this whole time. Oh, look at that. It's 4 o'clock. Everything I've been saying, I've been having to do it on my phone, on my Discord, on my phone. This phone is only connected to the internet through fucking Wi-Fi. Like, oh, now you're loading it. Oh, it seems that now it's finally fucking loading my thing. Let me guess, till very slowly. It doesn't like, that's a fucking lie. You don't have trouble connecting to that. You're just fucking lying out of your ass. Like, just fuck this shit. Just constantly. And, like, our lives fucking depend on us having internet access. Me doing my homework, because that's what I was doing. Well, I can't do my homework without internet access. Now fucking can I? So, yeah, I think these people, since internet is just like in 2024, internet is like food and water. Okay, it's a need. It's an absolute need. If education, public education is going to be a right that all children have, which, by the way, that's bullshit. It's not a right. It's not something that actually helps anybody, because if you look at public school education, there is zero learning material there. It's all just dumb shit. Like, oh well, how about you memorize who's the best football player in this league of that year? Or, oh well, in what city did the Treaty of fucking Versailles or whatever the fuck happen? Just nothing that's actually useful to you. So, but either way, you have to get A's to be able to get somewhere in life. Okay, well, that requires the internet. So these companies, Cox, for example, they have advertisements. They have public advertisements that they release on a regular basis, claiming, this is their claim, this is how they market their product, 24/7 internet guaranteed if you go with Cox. They should not have the right to do that. And on top of that, them not providing that, especially when you pay for it, that's not just a breach of contract. That's not just a scam. It's a violation of civil rights. It's a violation of human rights. Internet, just like having food and water, this is just as important in your daily life. You can't have a, like, I mean, you can live without internet. You can go be homeless. Like, again, I think these people, Cox, for example, they should absolutely be charged with human rights violation as well as scam. I think those two charges should apply to them because internet's absolutely a human right. These people are claiming to provide internet. The reason why they get away with scamming people is that they have a monopoly over, like, for example, where I live, I would switch with someone who's possibly not a scammer if Cox wasn't the only service that provides in my area. But since they have a lot of monopolies, these people are just absolute fucking scammers. They lie about the product that they sell. They falsely advertise their product. They falsely claim that if you pay, they will give you 24/7 internet. When you pay for the internet, you pay the full amount that you're supposed to pay. They promise the full product that they offer in return. They do not fulfill their side of the bargain, so they're already scamming you. You could say that it's not a scam. For example, your electricity, it'll cut out randomly. That can happen. That's not a scam. As soon as your electricity gets cut, it is like people who are out there, that's usually the result of something actually happening, such as like, I don't know, there's a storm, and the people immediately, as soon as it's safe, they go to fix that, and your electricity is restored within, like, usually that's in extreme cases. Usually like electricity when that cuts out, that's maybe once in a month or something, if even, they'll have a shortage of electricity, and that'll usually last a few minutes and at most a few hours. The internet, this is usually every other day that your internet will just not work, and you just have to wait. Like, when am I gonna be able to finish my homework? Oh, if it's due in 2 hours, well, go fuck yourself, basically. Like, you got scammed, so, well, your homework assignment, your grade, well, these people who scammed you, again, if you can prove that you had a, like, grade, that you had any grade that was lower than it should have been as a direct result of Cox scamming you, then Cox should have to fully reimburse your whole semester's worth of tuition for that class. Any class that you could prove, oh, well, I was doing I was doing this assignment before the due date, and as a result of this scam that Cox is doing, well, I didn't get to finish my homework. If you can have a video of something like that, they should be forced to pay for your entire tuition. I bet that if we installed a law like that saying, oh, you can't scam people anymore, otherwise you'll have to compensate people at the very least, and like, what would be reasonable would be you go to prison because you're a fucking scammer, you shouldn't get to scam people, and if you violate civil rights, you should definitely go to prison, so yeah, these people should definitely be in prison, but just the very minimum of, if you scam people and violate their civil rights, you should be forced to pay compensation. I fucking guarantee you that if this, like, minimum bar was set, these people would stop scamming their customers immediately. Cox would stop being a scam company immediately if they had to actually pay for the scams that they do and the damages that it does to people's lives. Again, I hope that somebody one day fucking runs on stuff like that. Runs on changing our public education system to just remove all of the classes that have nothing but useless information, such as how to take a piss, or what happened back then, and what was it called, and where was it at, and what was the date, or oh, how about you learn a foreign language so that you know how to speak in a way that you will never speak? Or how about, I don't know, just you learn a fucking musical instrument if you're too lazy to turn on the radio, but you're not too lazy to, like, I don't know, open your case that your instrument's in. And shit like that. Just, I hope somebody runs on all that one day. Instead of on this dumb fucking, oh, the immigrants, or oh, the fucking transfer, oh, how about, oh, look at white people, they're so fucking awful, how about we do something about that? Either fucking just shitting on immigrants and trans people, or shitting on fucking white people and people who have money and are more successful than you because you're fucking jealous of them. Why the fuck isn't the political... So, like, it's so obvious the issues that matter. They're in your fucking face. These companies just fucking scamming you of your basic human rights that, like, you rely on, such as internet. Like, again, how the fuck do people not see that? Like, oh, in school, you're not gonna learn to do research. You're not gonna learn to, like, anything about your health. There's a huge obesity problem in America. What are we doing about that? Oh, well, is there a single required course in high school or any K through 12 mandatory education that teaches you fuck all anything about health in the context of nutrition? Zero. Cholesterol, I have never heard the word cholesterol in a school environment. That has never happened once. And I have graduated from high school. I went from from second grade to 12th grade, I was in the United States. Oh, well, maybe in 8th grade. Who knows? Maybe everything happened in 8th grade and I missed that because I was in France in 8th grade. How about, knowing how to do research? That's nowhere in there. How about, health in the... What else? What else is there? I bet I had a tweet about that. Let me see. I'll just... Look, just 2 seconds, I'll be right there. How about, learning how to make a video like this? Do you think that's pretty useful, right? Me making a video, me, pressing these buttons and turning the screen off? What if I want to record something and share something? Okay, so, seems like we can't find the tweet, because... Yeah, I forgot my thing's lying, so you know what? How about we wait just a second, okay? Let me find all the other shit that, who knows, maybe somebody should run on this. Again, I think if I were president, like, even fucking someone dumb like me, I think, like, we can all find just, not comfort, it's not really comforting, but something satisfying in the fact that, let's see. We can all find some type of comfort in the fact that if we were fucking president, any of us, no matter how stupid I am, I would probably do a better fucking job than, like, Kamala or Trump. Neither of them are addressing this shit. How about, this is really weird. It's pretending that I don't... Okay, just a little second, right? Okay, here we have it. So psychology. Oh, why isn't psychology a required course? Knowing how our brains work. Or, like, again, health in the context of nutrition. We have a huge obesity problem. Heart disease is the #1 killer of, Americans, by the way. That is the #1 cause of death. Cholesterol has everything to do with heart disease, along with a lot of other, diseases. Nothing, absolutely nothing, because, oh, we're too busy learning about how to just play an instrument, to speak Chinese or whatever the fuck. Like, again, there's a huge reason why in school, if you ever have a substitute teacher, if you ever find yourself, I don't know, in 11th, 12th grade, you have a substitute teacher who's like 2-3 years older than you, clearly like just graduated, and, you ask them a question and they're like, honey, I haven't been in school for like 2-3 years. I haven't done this stuff in like 2-3 years. I don't know any of this. I don't remember. I don't know what to tell you. I can't help you. I'm sorry. Just remember why that is. That any time you have a substitute teacher, they have no clue how to help you in school, even though they went through the same school material. It's because if you don't use it, you lose it. If you don't use any of this shit in school, then you have a reason for why nobody remembers any of the shit they learned in school once they graduate. Because all of it is useless. Absolutely 100% of the stuff you learn past second or third grade, all of it is useless. None of it will ever have any meaning to your life. So that's one big thing. Our internet service providers, again, just scamming us. Like, maybe the government should do something about that. Just make, again, that would be very easy, actually. You just put these scammers out of business, and then you charge them with crimes against humanity, because that's what they committed. So Cox, companies like that, charge them with crimes against humanity, and put them out of business by just making free internet just countrywide. Again, that would not cost a lot of money, and that would put these scammers out of business. And you could even make them compensate all the people who they've scammed. Let's just go through this list, okay? Psychology, right? That should be required. Knowing how your brain works. Never learned that shit. That's not a required course. Government and laws. What are the laws? You might go to jail if you do this. You won't go to jail if you do. You have rights. You have obligations. You have things that you can't do, because if you do them, such and such will happen, except for like such and such circumstances. There are a lot of rights, and people go to jail all the fucking time, so it's probably a good idea to teach you what your rights are, right? No, that's not a mandatory course either. You don't have to take that. You have civics, what you have to take, either civics or government and politics, which is pretty much that, but civics isn't that. Civics is just like, oh, well, how, you, it's not, it's kind of related, but it's more of like the structure and how things have been, and it's almost more of a culture thing, and just like than how the laws actually work, what your rights are, what your obligations are, all of that. You don't know the laws, you don't know your rights when you leave school, so school is massively failed again there. When you get out of school, you know how to speak a language that you'll never speak again. You know how to do all of these things that you'll never do again, right? But anything that you'll do, like how about knowing how to fix your car, how to just build things, how to do like all these things. Why are Republicans always saying, oh, we need like single parent households are the problem? Because, oh, well, your mother will teach you certain things, your father will teach you certain things, and your father will tend to teach you how to repair things and all. Well, that's just a random thing. Some guys don't know anything about that. Some girls know about that. So you can't just rely on the parent to teach you that. Again, that's what school's for, to just make you ready for real life after. By every metric it fails. You don't know how to do these things when you leave school. That's actually useful. Economics. How about economics? You don't know anything about fucking economics when you leave school. That's not a required course. You don't know anything about how the economy works. Like, Trump could just say shit like, oh, well, we'll just increase tariffs on other countries. And like, you're gonna see, motherfucker, all of our inflation is gonna go down. We'll have just gas prices are gonna be like 30 cents a gallon again, or whatever the fuck. And everybody's just sitting there like, fuck, I mean, that sounds kind of stupid, but I mean, if he says so, dude, whatever. Yeah, thanks, fucking school. How about coding? Coding, we don't know how to code. Oh, well, seems like, well, at least we know how to speak a foreign fucking language. We don't know how to fucking code. We don't know how to speak sign language, which is actually, like a language that people speak around us. We don't have to travel to some other place and hope that this other place happens to speak the language that we learned, because otherwise, well, fuck us. I mean, look at the amount of countries. Almost all of them have distinct languages other than English. Oh, well, instead of stuff like we happen to be the country, one of the countries that speaks the international language. Oh, well, great. We don't have to waste our time learning foreign languages then. Everybody else can learn English. We don't have to learn fucking English because we already know English. We can spend like 3 years learning English in like K through 3rd grade maybe. Then it's like, okay, once you're in 4th grade, if you don't know how to read and write, you go to special ed. Oh, but no, that's not what they do. If you don't know how to read and write when you're in 11th grade, oh, that's fine because you have another mandatory hour a day worth of learning how to read and write in 12th grade. Like that, like the special ed people, well, we don't do exclusion, we do inclusion. So everybody's gonna have to spend an hour a day every day up to the end of high school learning English. English is a required course. Because, well, what if you're a sped kid? What if you're too retarded to have already known that? Well, we got you. We're just gonna keep wasting an hour of your life every single day. And don't worry, it's not done with, like, what if you've learned an hour a day? You've spent an hour a day learning how to read and write up to high school, and you still don't know how to read. Well, what then, right? Oh, well, don't worry. In college, it's also required, even if that has nothing to do with your major. You still have to waste, this time you have to waste over $1,000 unless you have tops, to keep learning how to read and write because you don't already know how to do that. So by every metric, it's like they crafted school to be as insanely fucking retarded as possible. Someone who's 3 years old with Down syndrome, whose parents would have dropped them on their head, who are also products of incest, somebody like that who's missing a huge part of their brain wouldn't make something this fucking retarded as the school curriculum. They wouldn't. Like, you have to have skills in fucking stupidity, in purposeful stupidity to craft something like this. You don't do this just on accident. You don't accidentally make something so mind-blowingly fucking retarded. These people absolutely scammed us. Whoever made this core curriculum, that's called a scam. They fucked us over. This isn't meant to be education. Again, you don't accidentally happen to be this much of a fuck up, especially the people who are at the top who are making decisions like that. They don't all happen to be just this much of products of incest. That's not even possible. How about research? Yeah, so since school doesn't teach you how to do anything, well, who knows, it could just replace any of the useless courses it has with research so that at least, like, I don't know, if you actually want to learn things, because learning's pretty useful. Well, since that's not what you do in school, you're not gonna get to do that in school. If you still want to, like, I don't know something about something because that's useful, learning's pretty useful, being educated is useful. Oh, well, since we've established that's, like, that doesn't belong in school. School is where you learn about how to fucking be retarded. Well, how about at least one thing? They could just replace any of the useless material. It's all the same. All of it's useless. Just replace any useless course that you have with just teaching you how to learn. Like that you can actually go, since, like, learning, that's not for school. Like, go learn on your own time. You're not in school to learn. You're in school to be fucking retarded. So how about at least in school, just teach you, they could teach you how to learn on your own if you're interested in just doing that in your own time. No, they don't teach you that. So you leave school not only knowing absolutely nothing about anything, but you also don't know how to learn anything. So yeah, just make school a million times better. Just replace any of the courses they have. Literally anything that's in high school, just replace it with a required course on how to do research. And that would be just better than pretty much any policy that any president has ever had. Job studies, where which jobs are, their salaries, the scarcity and volatility of the jobs, required degrees, just so much stuff. What are you gonna do when you leave high school, when you leave college? What jobs are there? What is the supply of these jobs, in which places? Where's what required? types of like with different bits of the knowledge that you learn in school. If you're more interested in this versus that, what can you hope to do with it? What are the different jobs? Well, how much do they pay? Where are they? Like how heavy can you expect to work for that? How long are you gonna have to spend in college for the degree that this job requires? What percentage of people who start college with that degree in mind actually go through with it? What is the drop rate for that degree? Just so you know what you're going into. How many people, what's the percentage of people who after spending 5 years say in that field claim that they are happy with their decision and are glad that they picked that job? Give that a breakdown for just jobs in general. Just have a wide scope of jobs. Just categorize them. You don't have to go into every job. Just all of that stuff. None of it. When you leave college, when you leave high school, the public school education, no clue what the potential jobs are. You don't know any of that unless you researched it on your own time. You learned how to research on your own time and you researched that, so at least you know some useful things because, like, you didn't actually rely on school. What else? Like, just a bunch of shit like that. Just a bunch of stuff like that. But instead, public schools offer how to draw shit, how to read and write in your native language, up to and including college, how to speak in languages you won't ever speak in. What actually matters if you live in the past, not in the present. They don't teach you anything about the present because that's controversial. So let's just teach you about the stuff that doesn't matter, since it's just like, how are we gonna teach the stuff that matters without being biased? Okay, well, we got a great like fix to that. You see that big problem, the geniuses who came up with our school education? Well, you know how they fixed it? Oh, well, it's kind of hard to teach the useful shit. Let's just teach you the shit that isn't useful then. How about that? Yeah, I think that works. Again, full-fledged fucking retards. How about how to play a music instrument? All the same shit, all the stuff you learn in high school, except for some stuff that might be useful to certain very, very select people. Chemistry is a required course in high school. Yeah, because I'm sure most people, the periodic table, yeah, that's something they'll see once they leave high school. I am fucking sure. Just how to use the periodic table to do it. Like, again, that shouldn't be required for anybody in high school. As much as that is one of the most useful things for me personally, because that's where my job brings me. How about Algebra 2? Why is that required in high school? Who the fuck is, like, again, most people who are going to leave high school, they are never going to need to know what are the holes in a function, what's the asymptote, nobody knows or cares to know about any of that. So math and science at the high school level, every single course, it has use, but not for the average person. Again, school is meant to teach you as much as it can fit into the curriculum to prepare people for real life, not to prepare 1 in 500 people, not to prepare 1 in 1,000 people for what they're going to go into their career. No, everybody. I have no clue how they managed to fuck it up that much, but it's a sabotage. This is absolutely a sabotage. It's not an accident. Like, you don't get that stupid. Let me read what else I wrote there. They didn't just succeed in teaching us to be just as stupid as them, they succeeded in teaching us every bit of useless info one could fit into a curriculum. That's not called an accident. You don't get to a position where you can make such influential decisions as what kids learn, the foundations they're given, and make someone with Down syndrome look like Einstein. along with all of your co-workers who are just as incompetent as you. That just doesn't happen. Holy shit, I wished we had, better fucking president. I wish we had someone who jumped in the race who would actually propose shit that's meaningful. But you know what, Trump, Kamala, doesn't fucking matter, dude. Neither of them are gonna fix these issues. And you know what, I'm fucking pissed, okay, motherfucker, I'm pissed. Because I'm fucking pissed, okay? Fuck all of this shit, I am mad. And now you know that I'm mad, okay? Yeah.